Hello, hello, hello. How are you all doing tonight? I hope all is going well for you today. I just came on tonight to continue our discussion from yesterday. We were talking about building our life of dreams, building our visions so that we can have good mission statements, good purpose statements, so that in the end, when we finally get to the point where we're setting our goals, that we are setting goals that align with the vision that we have for our life, and so that our goals are in alignment with our in alignment with our mission statement, which allows us to grow into the person that we were divinely created to become. So tonight, my topic is, what are you doing to manifest your dreams? That's the question for tonight. Now, that question is not one of judgment. That is a question to stir something up on the inside of you so that you will ask yourself, am I truly following my dreams? Am I living my life to the fullest state that I can? So I'm ready for you tonight. You know, I don't normally have notes. I normally just talk, but I actually wrote them down for us tonight so I can stay on track, because you know I am a recovering preacher and we'll be in here shouting for long. So 3 points that I want to make for us tonight. In order for us to manifest our dreams, we have to value them. And what do I mean by that? So you've heard me say before that we often discount those fantasies that we have in our head and in our heart, those things that we see ourselves doing that seem ridiculous to us. And so we don't give them life. We don't give them a place to become a part of who we are. We don't give them an opportunity to become our reality. And oftentimes society, family, and friends will tell you that you're being ridiculous. If you think back to the story of Jacob, he had some dreams and some visions, and he shared those dreams and visions with his brothers, and they tried to kill him, sold him off into Egypt. But in the end, his dreams came to pass because he committed to living a life where he was following behind what God called him to do. So whatever your dream is in your heart, the vision, your divine vision for your life, that vision of who you are to become in the course of your life is tied to some of those things that you think are just ridiculous, that you think that I can't do that, I shouldn't do that, who do I think I am? Why am I spending all my time fantasizing and daydreaming about doing those things? Well, I want you to allow those things to bubble up. I want you to sit them on the table, write them in your journal, take them into your prayer closet, and ask God, what is the meaning of these things? And begin to give the person that's on the inside of you that guides you that opportunity to speak and come forth. And then I wrote on here, stop belittling your fantasies about doing something great. Maybe you have some desire because your fantasies really sometimes are aligned with your desires. Now, we're not talking about when you're off in, la crazy land. We're talking about real life stuff that changes the world, stuff that changes people's lives, stuff that changes your lives, change your family's life. That's what we're talking about. So stop belittling your fantasies. Stop belittling your dreams. I may have shared with you, I can't remember if I shared it last night, but one of the things that I've been called to do is to write books. And I was given a series 10 years ago that I am finally writing, and it's about knowing God. And my thing at that time was, I don't know enough about you to tell anybody else anything about you. So I spent 10 years of my life getting to know God. And it's a beautiful thing. But I guarantee you that 10 years ago, I knew more about him than some people. So there were people who I could have served even at that point. So you can't wait until you are PhD, DOM, MBA, and all of that, because you have some talents that you can use right now. So stop belittling your fantasies, your dreams. Let them out. Write them down. Now, when you write them down, this is jumping forward a little bit because I want to plant some seeds for where we're going to go over this next month of December as we're building up to getting ourselves aligned with where we're going, not just in 21, but 5 years down the road. Where in the world are we going to be? We have to be intentional about these things. So I want you to write down your biggest fantasy that you have in your head. Maybe you want to be a best-selling author. Maybe you want to speak on the stage. Maybe you want to quit your job. Maybe you want to start a business. Maybe you want to have children. Maybe you want to get married. Whatever it is that you keep pushing away that you don't feel is on the table for you. You feel like you don't deserve it. You feel like you're not qualified to have it. Well, you are, and you do deserve it. And that's what I said last night. You deserve to have your dreams manifested. So once you do that, I want you to look forward 5 years and begin to reverse engineer what would you have to do in your life over a 5-year period in order to get that done, to become that, to be that, to do that. And that's how you set your goals. You don't set your goals because first of all, time is a human construct. God doesn't need time because he's eternal. We set that up to keep us on track. So when we confine ourselves to these 12-month increments that are really based on accounting and all of that businesses need in order to file taxes and do all these things that they do to give their stock owners their dividends and all of that, it's really more for that. But we put ourselves in these 12-month blocks, and January 1 rolls around and we have these New Year's resolutions that we're doing, and we don't finish them because they don't really have any value for us. We haven't tied them to a greater vision. Now, there's nothing wrong with deciding that you're going to eat right and you're going to go to the gym. But why? What's the big why for that? You're going to read a book a month. Why? Why would you do that? So everything that we do has to be tied to our values, to our beliefs, to our vision, so that we can live intentionally towards a direction that we were divinely created to take. And your fantasies and your dreams are divine inspiration so that you can be aspirational. Okay, I told y'all, recovering preacher. Okay, number 2. To manifest your dreams, you must believe. You have to believe in your dream. You can't just write it off as foolish daydreams. Now, I could spend a whole lot of time helping you. And if you go on my church page, you'll see we've got lots of teachings on thinking and how to deconstruct negative thoughts and how to make sure that your thoughts are aligning with the truth of God's word. So in this, I'm assuming that we're all in that space where we're supposed to be with our mind and our thinking, and we know who we are and we know who God is and we know what we're supposed to be doing in general. So I'm taking off all the gooky stuff. Right now, I'm just talking about the good stuff. So to manifest your dreams, you have to believe in them. You have to say, you know what? He told me to write that book 10 years ago, and in the 10 years, my list has just grown. I'm like 20 books behind. And how am I going to get them all done? And that's another thing. You get stressed out because you finally, when you get it, you feel like you're behind. And you're like, oh, how am I going to get it all done? And you end up doing nothing. So you got to have a systematic plan of development, a plan of approach where you get done. Okay, so you got to believe in your dream. You have to believe in the one who the dream is planted in, and that's you. You have to believe in yourself and your ability to dream, and in your ability to complete that dream. And then you have to believe in the God of your dreams and the God of the person who is dreaming the dreams, and that would be you. You have to believe in you, and that's a hard thing. That's a hard thing. We're conditioned to play average. We're conditioned for mediocrity, but we were created for greatness. And so we have to find a way to bridge that gap to get into the line with the truth of who we are. Okay, number 3. What are you doing? You have to take massive imperfect action. Someone taught me that last year. You have to take massive imperfect action. Do something. I remember on one of my jobs, I was like a fireman in the industry that I was in, but not fighting fires, fighting other things. And we used to say, do something. Even if it's wrong, make a decision, do something. And then once you make that decision, calibrate, see what went well, see what you need to change, and then do it again. That's the whole process of research and design and creating is iterations. So just because it doesn't work like you wanted to the first time, that means absolutely nothing. Do it again, keep doing it. And every time you do it, you build a strength, you build a skill, you build your belief, you see some part of it manifest. And then don't allow perfectionism to stop you from doing anything, because there's so many people out there that are doing nothing. Even if you do something and it doesn't meet your expectations, it's still better than what 99.99% of the population is doing. It's still going to bless someone out there who has a question. So in closing, because this is supposed to be 10 minutes, what are you doing to manifest your dreams? Go ahead and get her done. This is going to be an exciting series. I don't know what days I'm coming on, how many days I'm coming on. I'm not going to commit. I'm just going to do it as the Lord gives it to me. And I want you to know that on December 17th, I will be conducting a free webinar entitled Get Her Done in 21. Envisioning your life, and it'll include vision casting, mission setting, and goal alignment, so that as you go into 21, you have a better idea of what you need to do and how to lay a systematic plan to get it done. So I'll be honest with you right now, I got to get the technology together so I can give you a mechanism to sign up. But if that sounds like something that you're interested in, just put a note in here, and eventually I'll have a sign-up page for you to sign up for it. So I want to thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. I hope this blessed your socks off. Have a good evening, and I'll see you Thursday.